Hey guys, and welcome to an ARC review for The Secret Fire by CJ Daugherty and Carina Rozenfeld. I received this ebook, this e-arc, on Netgalley from Bookouture. Bookouture. And of course, as always, this in no way, influences my opinion of the books. So, The Secret Fire is 424 pages long, and as far as I know, it will only be in ebook format for $3.99, and it will be released on September 3rd. Now, I am putting this up on August 31st, so you guys have about 4 days before going and buying this book, and I definitely suggest you do. So, the beginning pulled me right in because it was like, what's going on? Even though you know from the synopsis of this book that one of the lead characters, Sasha, is gonna die on his 18th birthday. He has a curse inflicted on him where I think it's the firstborn son from 13 generations ago up until him has died. He is the 13th firstborn son in his family that is going to die, and yeah. So the first chapter was so interesting because you're like, the heck is going on? But it's so weird at the same time. And I liked it. I liked how weird it was. I like weird books. I was cracking up at the first interaction between Sasha, who is the lead character who is trying to break his curse, and Taylor, who is the other lead character and is the girl who has to break his curse. She is the only one who can do it. I'm trying to stay as spoiler-free as possible, but it says right in the synopsis, she's the only one who can save him, so yeah, and obviously you know where that's going with that, but it doesn't take away from the book knowing that already. And I like how you were able to tell the point of view change with, there was a sun for Taylor, I think, and a moon for Sasha, and then when they were together, because there are a couple points in the book where they come together, Taylor lives in England, Sasha lives in France, but a few times they actually met up, and it was a mashup of the sun and the moon. But each chapter kind of switched points of view most of the time, but you were able to tell whose point of view it was by the picture of either a sun, a moon, or a mashup if it was both of them together. And of course these next two I wrote in pencil, and the rest is in pen, so it's so hard to read this. The reason that Sasha and Taylor met online was completely different from what I was expecting, honestly, because also through the synopsis you don't realize that these two live in completely different countries. At least the synopsis I read on Netgalley when requesting this book, I did not realize that they lived in separate countries, so it's kind of cool though how they met, and it's just interesting. And I could easily picture everything with both of the authors' attention to detail, world building, character building, all of that. You don't need much world building when this takes place in modern day Paris, and I can't remember exactly where in England Taylor lives, but I know Oxford is a big part of it. But she doesn't live near Oxford, she has to take a train there. So I don't know for sure. But you don't really need that much world building, but at the same time, they did put detail into it so you can actually picture exactly where the characters were at that point, and I loved that. And I do feel like it was kind of a slow book, but it was still interesting, you know? You don't get really to, like, the major plot of the story until maybe halfway through. But even though it was slow, it was still incredibly interesting. You still wanted to know what happened. You were still pulled in. And you definitely kept on guessing on their connection, even with knowing that she was the only one who could save him. You don't know how, and you don't know why she is the only one who can save him. So I really kept guessing the whole entire time of what was going on, why they needed to be together, and, you know, all that stuff. And I was not expecting what was going on with Taylor, why she was the only one who could save him. I was not expecting the reasoning, and it's pretty interesting. I like how even though there was no relationship at all or love in this, you could still tell they were attracted to each other without it being shoved in your face. I really liked it. I really hope Sasha and Taylor get together and become boyfriend and girlfriend, but it didn't happen in this book, and I actually really appreciate that. There will be other books. This is the first book. And I appreciate how it wasn't just a romantic storyline in the end. I was glad when Sasha finally stood up to his mother. His mother kind of just wants to treat him like a normal kid and try to give him a normal life, even though she knows he's gonna die at 18. And he finally forced her to give him details and try to help him. Not that she wanted to, and she didn't really help him in the end, but he finally stood up to her and finally forced her to at least see he needed to know what was going on. His friend, Antoine, annoyed the poop out of me. I did not like him. And he's not even a bad guy, it's just he's so annoying. But luckily he's not in the book that much. He's mostly in the start. He still annoyed the poop out of me. And it got crazy about 2/3 of the way through, and it sucked me right back in. At that point I was like, kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this in time, because it is a little bit slow. Even though it's good, the slowness was starting to get to me, and I was also in a reading slump as it was. And I just wanted to get through this, and I think that kind of pushed me away from it. I'm definitely going to reread this again when I'm out of my slump. I need a break from reading, and then I'm going to reread this. And yeah. But it sucked me right back in. I absolutely loved it after that point. I'm just like, yes, it's not slow anymore. It's perfect. It's just I definitely liked reading about Taylor's situation, I'll say, with why she can save Sasha, and I liked her learning about it, and I liked getting to read that instead of it just being like, oh, this is how you save him, and then it happens and it's over. Now my absolute favorite part of the book is the measliest little detail about this book. I love the authors for this. I was so excited about this. I think I actually screeched out loud when I read this part. There is a dog named Pikachu in it. And for those of you who don't know, I will show you. I actually have a Pokemon tattoo. I am an obsessed Pokemon fangirl. Love Pokemon. I have a Pokemon hat sitting over on my nightstand. I own all of the games. I have a freaking Growlithe tattooed on me. I still need to get a Pikachu. This just made me so happy. It just made me so happy, and I don't know why it made me so happy, but it made me so happy. Enough about that. And this part is, I wouldn't say it's full spoilerish, because you don't expect it to happen. I felt really bad for Taylor when her grandfather died. And I'm not going to say anything else about that. Her grandfather dies. He was the one training her, helping her learn what she needs to do, and he died, and that's all I'm going to say. And it just made me sad and made me feel bad for Taylor. My grandfather died about 6 years ago. 7 in October, and so I know how horrible it is. And I honestly, it hurts me when it's a grandfather dying, because my grandfather died and he is the only member of my family to die, and for me to remember it and have to go through it and have to go to the funeral and everything, and it's just it kind of brought back some of that for me and some of the feels. But I absolutely loved the ending of this book, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I loved it. I'm definitely gonna reread it, and this rating might go up. I don't know. Maybe I found it slow because of my reading slump. I honestly don't know yet. But I definitely recommend this book. It is worth it for the $4 you're gonna pay for it. I am actually probably going to end up paying $4 for it myself, so that I have an actual copy of it on my Kindle and not just the ARC. And I definitely look forward to book 2, and I will definitely be keeping an eye out on Netgalley to hopefully read the ARC of book 2, because it's a good series so far. I like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you again to Bookouture for allowing me to read this book before it comes out. And I am very excited to probably buy it on Thursday when it comes out. So I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye everyone!